This yoga class probably isn't like any you've seen before. There's singing, dancing, obstacle courses, and the poses aren't always perfect.
I always teach yoga is a practice, not a perfect.
But that's because Sonjoria Sydnor's class is for kids.
It's about the principles of yoga. It's about them getting the breath work in, getting the yoga poses, being able to focus, practicing that mindfulness, but in a fun way.
Sydnor is a yoga instructor and author of the book, Our Family's Doing Yoga. Today, these kids are participating in one of her Black Kids Do Yoga classes at the Collective. Sydnor says her interest in writing a book began about 7 years ago.
At the time when we were looking for ways to practice yoga, we could not find a lot of products, videos, books that show Black kids doing yoga. And so from that point, I said, well, we can just write our own.
So she did. Our Family's Doing Yoga was published in 2020 and features many different poses that kids and families can try.
Well, I've gone to lots of schools, but this one just really stood out because there was this one kid and he said, oh, that little boy looks like me. And so I was like, yes, that's what I wanted. That's what I'm going for. So it was really nice to hear that.
Alonzo Nelson, co-owner of the Collective and the father of a child in the class, says that it's important for the kids to be able to practice yoga with a Black instructor and other Black kids.
Traditionally, when you think of the word yoga, you imagine maybe middle-aged, affluent white women. Black kids don't see Black adults doing yoga.
Nelson says yoga is a great way for Black kids and teens to keep their mental well-being in check.
Anxiety, just PTSD from growing up in whatever environment, or just even with social media in our hands, you can see trauma and Black trauma all the time. The earlier that kids can learn how to manage their mental health, or to tap into their mental health or strengthen their mental health, the better it is for them to be able to just exist in the world as young adults and adults.
It made me feel excited because yoga is fun. It was really fun. I was just really calm the whole time.
Dr. Cynthia Rogers says there are many mental health benefits that can come from physical activities like yoga.
Activity, getting out, play is extremely important for children in their development. It improves mood, self-esteem. There's also research showing it improves cognition and also decreases symptoms of things like depression and anxiety.
Dr. Rogers is the Division Director of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry at Washington University.
There's been a really large body of research on yoga and things like meditation showing that they also can be really helpful for depression, anxiety. We think that a lot of it has to do with the deep breathing, the slowing down, being focused on your body that engages the parasympathetic nervous system that can really help with being anxious or worried or angry.
Sydnor says she always starts and ends class with deep breathing.
When you're breathing in, you want to feel your belly grow. It's a great way to help kids calm their bodies. It's a great way for kids to focus. It's a great way to build self-awareness as far as your bodies.
But yoga and deep breathing aren't just good for the kids.
There's been a lot of research showing that sometimes if the only thing you do is address the parents' mental health, the children will get better.
Alonzo Nelson says he's experienced the mental well-being benefits of yoga firsthand.
And now that I'm much older and I have 2 kids and a wife, my breath work and my meditative yoga practice is keeping me afloat. Me practicing yoga is also a great model for my children. That's a habit that I want them to take on.
Dr. Rogers says you don't need a class to try deep breathing, though.
Just learning some really simple relaxation techniques or breathing techniques that you can do with your kids can be really helpful. And then having the child do physical activity with you, particularly for the younger children, can really be both helpful for their mental health and also for the parent-child relationship too.